Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Syke here, and today marks the 7th anniversary of IDV 5. I don't think IDV came out just yet. It was like a little bit later, I think. But today, oh, actually it was. I think it is the anniversary of IDV. But anyway, we're gonna do a separate stream on IDV 5 anniversary later. But today, we got a letter from IDV 5 saying, "Dear Syke, 7 wonderful years have flown by," and I've actually been playing for 7 years, close to 7 years. I started like late July, early August. I don't know why the book says I started like early July. That's very weird. 7 wonderful years have flown by, and the manor is now celebrating its 7th anniversary. That's a goddamn long time. As we look back on this incredible journey, our hearts are filled with gratitude, blah, blah, blah. We get a portrait, a temporary S-rarity costume card, and we get rank protection card, which, what day is today? July 10th. I don't remember if I used my last rank protection cards. It says that they end on July 11th, but I know how it goes, guys. It's always like one day ahead, and then it actually disappears a day early. In the year ahead, countless new stories and surprises await hidden just beyond the mist. We warmly invite you to continue this journey with us. Let's explore and create unforgettable memories together. Yes, very unforgettable indeed. Yo, we get 10 essences. That's cool. But today we're not going to be talking about... Holy crap, there is a lot of stuff going on. But today we're not going to be talking about... Thank you, IDV 5, for all the news. No thank you. Luca's birthday is today. Too bad it's not a prisoner stream. But today we're going to be not doing a stream celebrating IDV 5's anniversary. Today we're going to be doing a stream about... God damn it, it keeps telling me every single time. Today we're going to be doing a stream about Enchantress. Enchantress just got buffed. If you guys are not aware, Enchantress got buffed, I think, 2 weeks ago. And listen, I don't know if it's like the most major buff ever, but hey, it exists. And it is a pretty significant change, but I'm not so sure it's going to be enough. If we head over to the buffs for Enchantress, there has been one major buff, and that is that she now starts with a stack. She starts with 1 out of 5 instead of 0 out of 5. Just like Novelist starts with a book, how he used to not start with a book. Those were crazy times. Nowadays, Enchantress will start with 1 stack already on her, which is going to be really nice. There are also other buffs, such as that you are able to gain charges at a faster rate, kind of. Basically, the way Enchantress works is that every time you get a stack, it makes your next stack 11% slower to get, up to a maximum of 77%. But with the newest balance change, it will only go up to 66% slower. So normally, it would take, like, just as the way it works right now, by the way, as well, it would take you longer to get your next stack, and then that stack after that would take even longer. You guys will notice this because the bar will charge slower and slower over time. And it used to be that after your 6th stack, it would still keep getting slower. It would get slower a 7th time, up to 77% slower. Now it stops at 66% slower, so it'll never go slower than 66%. I believe there was one other change that now, instead of, let's say you heal someone, right? Or they heal you, then you get Blessing on them. It used to be that when they got knocked down, the Blessing was removed, but it looks like now it's not going to remove the next time they go down. It's going to accumulate up to 3 times. Is going to be the new total. Now, if it's a Chip Hunter, this is technically worse because Chip Hunters used to hit a survivor up to 4 times, assuming they were all chip hits. But now, since most hunters are not Chip Hunters, they're going to hit a survivor 2 times, right? That's going to be 2 stacks already on Enchantress. And in the past, that would already be it. You have no more Blessing after that. But nowadays, with the new buff, you're going to chair them. They still have the Blessing on them. They get rescued. The Hunter knocks them down again. You'll get a 3rd stack from them. In the past, that would not be the case. If we go back really far in time, Blessing was actually infinite. On a survivor, once they get healed one time, or you heal them one time. Or they heal you, I should say. But anyway, those are the major buffs for Enchantress. The only last issue I have with Enchantress is that the Enchantress stacks are a little bit too close to the Hunter. If we take a look at Enchantress, they didn't touch at all how far you can use the stacks. It's 5.1 meters. And for reference, how far is 5.1 meters? Well, if we look at the biggest range Hunter in the game, the Hunter with the longest charge attack in this game, it's 5.57 meters. So there is a Hunter that actually has a bigger range than Enchantress. I don't know why, they just do, and this is the furthest Hunter in the game. Now, not a lot of people play Feaster, but you guys are probably more familiar with Wai Wuchang. And Wai Wuchang, if we look at Wai Wuchang is a little bit less. but even Wai Wuching has a range of 5.49 meters, so like 0.0 something meters less. And if we look at like what is a typical hunter's range, like just average range, just them swinging normally, we got 2.87 meters. So almost every single hunter can hit you in about half the distance Enchantress can use her stacks. That's what makes Enchantress is not a very versatile character. And guys, this is just attack range. Most hunter's abilities are going to hit you or do damage to you outside of 5.1 meters. So you won't even be able to use your stack. I do think they should buff that by like a meter. But we'll see how it goes. It used to be that Enchantress used to have like a crazy range. It used to be like 8 or 10 meters. Something like that. That was back when she first released. And she was probably the best survivor at the time, especially because Blood Queen didn't exist. So there was just no such thing as a hard counter to Enchantress. Every hunter had to get close. Spider had to get close. Ripper had to get close. Those were the best hunters back then. And Clown used to be the best hunter. And then Prospector Enchantress dropped and he just died. And he's only been dying more and more ever since. But they did buff him a lot more in the years past. It's just at the time. Oh man, was he dying? Was he dying? He was unusable after Enchantress dropped. But anyway, someone did invite me here. Looks like they're already matching. Not a big deal. We can play. Looks like Lazy's asking me. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I'm just gonna tell him we can play. So yeah, those are Enchantress's buffs. Again, it's a good change. It'll help you domino effect to more stacks. The only issue is that the stacks themselves are not very versatile compared to like Novelist Book, which is like an insane range, especially on rescues when there's a hunter intercepting you to the chair. It's just really handy, and even when there's a survivor next to you, it's really still quite a distance. I think it's still more than Enchantress, funny enough, which is funny. He gets a buff only during his birthday, Psyche. Where is Prisoner Stream? Who's he? He gets a buff only during his birthday. What do you mean? Where is the Prisoner Stream? We're not gonna do a Prisoner Stream. Enough people play Prisoner. Psyche stream tonight? Yep, we're doing a stream. How you guys doing, by the way? Is Peddler attack bigger than Feaster? Don't think so, but we can see. Let's check. But we can see. While Lazy responds, let's see how much metal affinity. So, for the record, charge attacks and regular attacks of Peddler do not go anywhere close to Feaster, but if you have metal affinity, it increases your range by 1.5 meters, and if we check her charge attack, her regular range is 3.37 plus 1.5 only equals to 4.87 meters. So that is quite a bit less than Feaster still. It's close, but it's still less than Feaster and less than Wai Wuching by like what, 0.7 meters less, which is not a big difference, but no, it is not bigger. Psyche, hello, I have a question. Why do you not use Snooze with any of your builds? I always use it, but is it not viable? You can absolutely use Snooze on your builds. It's just that if you do the math, and I think I've done a video on why Snooze is not worth running if you're trying to do a 3-cipher kite, because Snooze only adds 3 seconds if you get rescued at exactly 49.9999%, and it only adds 6 seconds if you never get rescued at all. That's not good value. Because 6 seconds is not going to probably be the difference maker between you guys popping the cipher or not. What will be the difference maker is your kite. Your kite needs to be 3 ciphers long, and then after that, you can probably get away with just using Companion Effect to do a few rebounds, or Tide Turner can stall it out. Snooze is not going to help you most games. It's like running Sticker and hoping that Sticker helps you crawl out the gate or escape dungeon. That's almost never going to happen. Most hunters are either going to kill you way before, or you make it to dungeon or the exit gate without going down. It's one or the other. It's almost never the case that you just crawl out. I know I say that, but we literally just last stream had that happen. But again, it happens very rarely. I don't run Snooze because that's one reason. Snooze just doesn't give you a lot of time in terms of value, especially if you get rescued sooner. Because Snooze is not like a base 3 seconds at the start. Like, if it would be way better if the chair just didn't move for the first 3 seconds, or let's say for the first 6 seconds, the timer didn't move up at all. But because it's a percent, you get less and less value out of it the earlier you get rescued. So if you get rescued at 25%, then instead of getting 3 seconds of Snooze, you only got 1.5. Because then the next time you get chaired, it's going to go straight to 50%, and Snooze is not going to help with that. If you then get rescued at 75% chair again, Now you've lost in total, well, another 1.5. Now in total you've lost 3 seconds of Snooze. Snooze is a trait where sometimes you just need to get rescued early. Sometimes the hunter teleports away, sometimes the hunter leaves you. I guess if the hunter teleports away, it's fine. But some hunters will like immediately start pressuring the Cypher Machine, and it's much more urgent to rescue you sooner so that we can get back on the Cypher Machine so we're not taking other injuries or forcing people away from their ciphers. Or other times maybe the hunter leaves you and then they come back, so then, you know, you still want to rescue early. It's just, Snooze is awkward because you're not always going to get a set value out of it. Like I said, at exactly 49.99%, you're going to get the full value. But when are you getting rescued at 49.999%? So that's like one reason. Again, I got a whole video on it, like why Snooze is not a good trait. I forgot what it's called. I bet you if you search up Psyche IDV why Snooze is a bad trait, you'll probably get it, yeah. How good is Snooze and is it worth it? I made a video on it 5 years ago. Snooze is the exact same still. I say the exact numbers in that video, and it's not a lot. And I bring up the same thing. But the last thing I wanna mention is that at the end of the day, Snooze invests in your death. Think about it like this: if the numbers don't convince you, if you're like, oh, but it's still time, right? It's still time. Well, so is Weber's Law. Weber's Law is giving you distance in the form of time. That also takes 3 seconds to catch up for most hunters, if not more, depending on where you are at what point. Maybe they even waste an ability trying to catch up to you, and Weber's Law catches them off guard, and now you have just enough distance. And now you're not just getting like distance; you're getting the whole timer until their next ability is back. But like I said, Snooze invests in your death, and usually if you die, you guys are probably not, like if you don't die, if you don't kite 3 seconds, you guys are probably not going to win that game, regardless of whether you have Snooze or not. You want to be investing in your success. If you want to get better at the game, I would say invest in your success. You should be focusing on trying to do as best of a kite as you can, rather than investing in your death and be like, oh, but I'm going to die fast anyway, so let's just put on Snooze. Snooze is fine in tournaments where you sell people a lot of the time, because when you sell, obviously no one's rescuing you. If no one's rescuing you earlier than 50%, earlier than 100%, you're getting the full value of Snooze. It's a much better strategy in tournaments to sell because tying gets you points in tournament. It does not really get you that many points in a rank match, especially if you were the guy who died with Snooze. You're only getting +2 because they sold you. They sold you. You're not getting points while on the chair. You're helping them tie the match a little bit, but not by much. And plus, most of the hunters are kiteable. So again, more reason to invest in your success as long as you give yourself those points to do so. Again, none of my builds have Snooze because I want to invest in a good kite, in a good proper kite. And again, Snooze, it's too situational. It's not enough time given. And at the end of the day, why would you invest in your death? If you're trying to win the game, you need to kite. And you're not going to reliably get that by just sitting around on chair. So when is Lazy going to invite me here? Now I can't find him. Nice. I love the searching in this game. Did I not rename him? I guess I didn't rename him. I got to rename him after this so I can more easily find him. I don't think dude, where the hell is Lazy? Okay, we're renaming you. Okay, so I said it and he still is not playing, so we're just gonna start and we're gonna pretend that never happened. But yeah. So yeah, that's the builds. And that's why I don't run Snooze. If you want to, you can still run Snooze. You know, that's why I said in the video, you can allocate the points wherever you want. This is just my opinion. That's what I think. You're right. I did completely forget about Snooze. I'm just so used to now running Snooze. I've talked about it so often. There's literally a whole video about it long ago. It's just not that good. It's not that good. A couple seconds, you do the math, you'll find out it's not actually that much value. Did Lazy die? No, Lazy just started a match. We're actually taking longer than a couple seconds to find a match. Am I in the wrong mode? I'm in rank match. Rank match Survivor, right? Usually you get a match in like 1 second. People play Survivor nowadays? Since when? unfortunately, we can only ban 2 hunters. It's gonna be pretty easy who we ban. Why is he talking like a businessman? It's true, you're investing in your death. Does that not sound more convincing? Like, who's gonna invest in your death? I don't think anyone wants to die. Exactly, so now you're not gonna run Snooze. Okay, I say that, but... Hey, at the end of the day, your delivery matters a lot. That's why the businessmen are businessmen. We're snowman, that's for sure. Oh, right! Why am I even thinking about my survivor? It's pretty obvious. Unfortunately, it's pretty obvious. Alright, I think we are gonna run with broken windows, especially because there's so many windows or pallet vault situations where you can get a boost into hospital. And we could definitely use the stun to get a last little bit inside hospital, assuming we don't get sniped by an ability. It's like he went 50 and me with 10 or something? I don't understand. Oh, 50 seconds, that's how long it takes me for a match. Right, 50 seconds. It's not that long, I'm just used to 1 second long. Alright. Mercenary is spawning in ruins. Usually you see the other way around with Doctor and Mercenary. Usually you don't see Doctor down there. Maybe she's just really confident in her kiting. Alright. Even Mech no Snooze? Well, Mech you shouldn't really be playing, but yes, even Mech no Snooze. There is more reason to run Snooze on Mech. A lot more reason to run Snooze on Mech. So you know what? If you really want to, you can run Snooze on Mech. But even when I play Mechanic, I'm still investing in kiting because I'm using the robots. I'm saving the robots to see if the hunter chases me first. Because if the hunter chases me first, I'm going to get them to follow me and work hard to kill that robot. Long enough to the point where they're not sure if they want to leave me anymore. That's the whole idea. And we're going to tie this match because it's Blood Queen. Enchantress doesn't do anything against this commander. Ooh, these frame drops are crazy. Ooh, is there anything we can do here? Oh, Weber's Law! Weber's Law! Weber's Law! Thank you! Thank you, Weber's Law! Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna use this just to be safe. Wow, Weber's Law really coming in clutch there. Dude, why is the frame rate so bad? It feels like the frame rate is really bad. I don't know why. I'm gonna stand here to get my charges. But I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to escape here. Basically stuck. Okay, let's see. She's going to use her mirror here. I'm just going to take this hit. We'll go to hospital and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be able to get our 3rd stack and then we'll be able to stun her. The basement is a hospital. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get blink before we even use the stack here. Maybe she has excitement. I mean, we'll see. We'll hold on to it. If we get excitement out, that's fine. Nice. Maybe the dog will catch her on the way. No, it doesn't. Nice. She does have excitement. Okay, we'll still get one more stack here. Excitement is probably better there than blink, because if it was blink, we would have died, we would still keep the 3 stacks, and then we would just use it to get into hospital next rescue. So funny enough, I think excitement is better there than blink. Just because, you know, not only shorter cooldown, but also she forces us to use our ability, and then she uses her trait. Which is what you want to be doing in this game. You always want to be the last person to use your ability. You want to use your ability to counter another person's ability. We're gonna just run away. There's almost nothing we can do here. We could try to stun her mid-mirror. That would be the one way. Maybe we can, bait her. But the problem is, if we stay next to her to try to stun mid-mirror, she's just gonna basic hit us, and she's just not gonna use the mirror. That's what makes Enchantress against Blood Queen so difficult, is that unless she's foolish enough to use her mirror when you're right next to pallets, you're never gonna get a chance to stun her mid-mirror without also making it very easy for her to just hit you. Because as long as you're not near a pallet, she's not gonna use her mirror. She's just going to basic hit you. You need to force her to use her mirror. But if you force her to use her mirror, then if she's smart, she's gonna be at a distance, you know. So it's like a checkmate situation. They can see my curses here, but I'm not so sure. I'm surprised this mercenary's still coming to rescue. He's coming way too late. If she doesn't swing at him, he does not make this. Holy crap. Oh, I don't know about these people, man. You see, maybe? Can we still? No, it's not enough. Didn't make it still. Well, look, maybe we can go inside the rock. No, It was so close. I let go on accident. I let go of the joystick on accident, yeah. So we'll tie this game, but this is why I don't play Enchantress. This is why I don't play Prospector. It's just automatic Blood Queen. It's just automatic Blood Queen. It's a guaranteed tie. And there's not a whole lot we can do about it. It's like your battery, you don't have to tell me. I got a notification. But yeah, that's just Enchantress for you. Again, guys, yeah, if you guys saw my Hunter stream about the top 3 most used Hunter across all tiers, the number 1 was, I believe, Blood Queen. Or was it Geisha? I'm pretty sure it was Blood Queen. And, you know, it explains a lot, because in low tier you see these really bad survivors against Blood Queen who, like, on paper seem really good, but then Blood Queen exists, and again, that's why Blood Queen needs a rework, because she's just a silver bullet to these characters, and if you play, like, something like Perfumer or Magician, she's just so much weaker. So let me get my charger real quick. So yeah, I would not be surprised if we see, like, 6, 7 Blood Queens today, because guys, it's literally just automatic Blood Queen. Like, what can I say? Like, even Mechanic would be better, because Mechanic can block the mirror. It's crazy to say that, but I'd rather be Mechanic than Enchantress. Just because Enchantress is not such a... Enchantress is way too silver bullet counterable. And I'm not talking about excitement. I'm talking about just the Hunter in general. You just play a Hunter that's like, okay, well, nothing we can do. She just literally walks through walls. Defeats the whole point of Enchantress. Again, if Enchantress had a bigger range, there would be more we could do. But 5.1 meters, that's basically nothing. That's literally Feaster range right there. Less than Feaster range. So yeah, what is anti-synergy? Anti-synergy is when you have 2 things that don't work together well. Synergy is 2 things that work together well. Anti-synergy means they do not work together. So a good synergy, a good example of synergy would be forward and Mechanic, or any harasser. Because while the harasser is supporting, normally there would only be 2 people decoding, because Mechanic is dead, forward is harassing, and only 2 other people are decoding. But Mechanic has synergy with forward or any harasser because the robot makes up for 1 person. Did I not pick Enchantress? Whew! I thought I didn't pick Enchantress there for a second. I thought I went Lucky Guy or something. Maybe Enchantress with Flywheel build could work. It still wouldn't help there. It still would not help because we can Flywheel the mirror, and Blood Queen can just walk after you and hit you again. Flywheel does not really counter Enchantress unless you have a follow-up ability. But if you have a good ability against Blood Queen, you usually do not need Flywheel in the first place. That's kind of the problem with Flywheel against Blood Queen. It doesn't really help because of that. So synergy is when 2 things work together. Anti-synergy are 2 things that do not work well together. An example would be... It's hard to find examples of anti-synergy right off the top of my head. But if we think Gravekeeper and Seer, for example, Seer will be watching Gravekeeper. And if Seer sees the owl about to... if Seer sees the Gravekeeper about to get hit, he'll send an owl, but if Gravekeeper uses the shovel, the owl immediately disappears, and that's a complete waste of the ability then. Okay, unfortunately we have to use the stack here. And the worst part is he gets his parts back anyway. But you know what, we'll drop these 2 pallets early. Maybe we'll get our next stack back. I don't know why the iPad feels so framey. Like, it just feels very choppy when I play the game. Okay, Hunter left, but they might not be gone for long. They might come back, so I'm gonna wait for the Cypher to unblock, because it's anyway about to unblock. And then we're just gonna do the Cypher mission. And you found the Mind's Eye, unfortunate. It was pretty easy to find Mind's Eye though, Clown, let's be honest. You can literally see where she spawns in. Yeah, she's dead. Unfortunately, Insolence actually gave the cooldown back on the rocket there. So you didn't even need to wait the 12 seconds. As soon as Insolence comes back, it automatically refreshes your Clown dash, which is crazy. I don't agree with that at all. I feel like Insolence should not unlock your ability after you just used it as Clown. You remember I said Broken Windows is not good on Enchantress? It depends on the Hunter, mostly. If I'm being honest, it depends on the hunter. You could say Flywheel is better on Enchantress because you know, you want to stay close to the hunter, so you're gaining stacks. Why am I going to rescue? My man is already going to rescue. These guys are literally blind. I'm gonna vault early in case he's got blink, which I'm pretty sure he has blink. Yeah, it feels like Violetta web shot insolence refresh. It's a lot harder to pull off, but a good clown player, once they play clown enough, know that if you hit a survivor one time, you get insolence triggered at 51.5 seconds into the game. Or is it 52.5? I don't remember. It's either 8.5 or 9.5 seconds away. 8.5 or 7.5 seconds away from blink. So you can literally look at your blink timer and you will literally see that after it hits 52 seconds, it's going to take that. That's when insolence triggers. That's when insolence will give your ability back. So good clown players will check the timer. They'll plan around. Man, the rescue is after half? No wonder she said to go rescue. But my man, it doesn't make sense to have two people rescuing. My man is Gravekeeper. He needs to go sooner. We're gonna be so screwed here. We're not gonna make this window. Maybe we can make him crash. Don't make him crash. That sucks. I'm not even sure if we make this. Because he's gonna use his dash here. I don't even think we make it. Yeah, we don't make it. Damn. That really sucks. Oh. Too bad. Turn sensitivity was insane. It's not that hard, honestly, to turn with a clown. You just gotta get used to it. You know, the worst part about this is that Enchantress Stone is really not that helpful here. Let's say he dashes, right? It's a 6-second cooldown. We're not going to be able to reach anything that prevents us getting dashed again. So right now, she dashed him. She's hit him, but he's going to have his rocket back in 6 seconds. Which is right now. He literally has his rocket back right now. Really nice that we have pallet boost here. It's actually going to save us. Is this an infinite rocket? No! I keep letting go. I gotta get used to this iPad. It's like, I don't know what it is. I keep letting go of the joystick accidentally. I'm holding too far to the left and my finger goes off the screen and I just stand there. Bro, we could have survived there. I wasn't sure if that was an infinite rocket either. It was like the perfect distance away. Ooh, that sucks. I don't even know why she did that. And since we got rescued, the ballooning is actually reset. Too bad. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my fingers are really not smooth. Not smooth. What is the word for it? I've mentioned this before. I just don't know how to describe it. It's like when your fingers don't slide on the screen very well. Like you really gotta drag it. You really gotta drag it. We're just gonna use one stack here. We can't. We literally could not. The button, you literally cannot use the button. The moment he goes in range, he just uses blink. That's another issue with Enchantress. We literally just could not use our stacks. What does coarse mean? Coarse is like something you use to describe salt. It's so salty. 5.1 meters is too small. I don't understand why it's 5.1 meters. Because that most hunters' attack range is like within 2.5 and blink carries you like 3 meters forward, there's just nothing Enchantress can do unless she literally walks into the hunter, which is so dangerous to do against Clown. Because you don't know when he's going to dash. That really sucks. Enchantress is so... I messed up that window circling thing. I should have just vaulted straight for the window. Instead of trying to dodge the dash, probably. You heard rubbing your nose helps? My nose is super dry. Why would that help? Everyone's skin is different. Why would that help? Did Psyche change his music from the one he had before? This is not my This is not my iPad that I'm playing on. My actual iPad that I usually play on is out for repairs right now because it just stopped charging. For no reason, just stopped charging. You plug it in, it says it's charging, it never goes up. It only goes down. So it's out for repairs. I'm just using my brother's iPad. Here. And so it's really weird because it remembers your builds, it remembers your pings, but it does not remember your music. It remembered the room music though. My room music is set. So I don't know. Why is your nose dry? I haven't consistently done skincare on it. If I don't do skincare on my nose, it just gets dry after a few months. It was really bad a year ago though, before I had a friend show me how to fix it. It's just what I was born with. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone's skin is different. It's just the way I got my nose. It's literally the way my skin works. I have oily sides on here, and then for some reason around my nose area, it's very dry. So I have like very, what's the word for it? Unique skin? No. It's like you got two things at once. Put good music? Bro, I don't... Whenever I hear my music, I never notice my music anymore. It's actually kind of nice to not have my normal music. Because I'm literally blind to the music nowadays. I literally never even notice it. We're not spawning Shack. I really hate spawning Shack on Leo's Memory. It's so counterintuitive to spawn Shack. Shack is a really good area on Leo's Memory, but it's really hard to reach. So if you spawn there, what do? Do you stay at Shack and just let the hunter walk up to you and start to chase really quickly, and then you use your resources way quicker, so what was the point? Or do you leave Shack and then have a really, really hard time, if not impossible, reaching back to Shack, because all the good areas are in the corners of the map. It's really hard to get back to Shack. And obviously middle is not an option, because middle sucks, by far. Probably the worst cutting area in this game. Like, I know there's more worse areas, but in terms of, like, the importance of the center of the map, to be that trash, it's actually insane. I hate Leo's Memory for that reason. Huge. It's just one of the reasons I hate Leo's Memory, but overall, it's such a poorly designed map. I also got complaints about Ever Sleeping, though. These are my two least favorite maps in the game because they're just so badly designed. It's so, like, for Leo's Memory, it's not just for survivors. It's so annoying for hunters as well. Because for survivors, they don't have good connecting routes. But for hunters, it's really frustrating because once you're at a good area, it's brain dead. There's just so many good pallets so many good pallets where you just drop. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any mind games here. Like every corner on this map, the bad corner included, has a pallet where you just drop and you just forget about it. Like right next to the windows, that's probably the one area I like. But all these others, it's so stupid. Like, you just drop that pallet automatically, you just drop those pallets in that corner automatically, you drop God corner. It's a little bit more skillful God corner because you have to utilize the window. But I just really hate it because as a hunter, it's so frustrating once they reach this area, or when they're already there. But as a survivor, once you use up the area, like, where are you supposed to go? So it's like a horrible, there's no in between. There's no good routes to areas, there's just OP areas that will not last you a 3 cypher pack. And it's really annoying. Like, if they had windows, that would make it much better. But it's just really hard to use, and there's no real good connecting routes. Like, it's so annoying for both sides. I hate it as Hunter, and I hate it as Survivor for literally the exact same reasons, just vice versa. Oh, by the way, when you spawn to the left side, and not at Shack, you can still walk to Shack if the Hunter spawns below you. A lot of people will be like, oh, I gotta spawn Shack because, you know, it's a really good cutting area. Why not just walk to Shack? The Hunter's not going to immediately chase you anyway. Just walk, you still get time from walking, and you're still at Shack. You get the best of both worlds. If you spawn at Shack, you have to choose one or the other. That's never what you want to do. You want to have both as Survivor. That's why when we pick our spawns on any map, we're not spawning on the good area directly most of the time because, you know, for starters, we don't get kite distance by walking away from the Hunter. That wastes a lot of time just walking away. And the other reason... What's the other reason? Oh yeah, the other reason is you start the chase really fast. Both of those things together result in a shorter kite. Because, you know, the longer the Hunter's on you, the more abilities you have to dodge. So you want to stall the chase as long as possible, because while you're stalling, people are still decoding, even though you're technically not kiting. A very underrated aspect of the game is the aspect of slowing things down. You know, instead of pushing ciphers all the time, slow things down, get away from the hunter. Especially important if someone just died, if someone's like about to die on chair like right now. Instead of doing this dangerous cipher machine, we're going to get off of it so the hunter does not have an easy start to their chase. Like right now, if I stay on the cipher, they just immediately get on my ass and they immediately start chasing me. Like, that would not be good. We wait a few seconds, we see if they're coming. If they're coming, then great, we're not in the bad area. We're at Shack, which is going to be a very difficult, not very difficult, but a much more difficult kiting area. That vine reached quite a bit. Let's see, she's probably going to make a wall here. Or not a wall, but a wall. Oh man, like I said, I don't know why the game is so framey. Man, she's got so many abilities. But it's okay. We do get stronger as the kite progresses, at least. Drop this. Actually, I timed that poorly, but that was not as good as I wanted it. Yo, the button is over there! Right, because I'm playing on a different device. All the button settings are in different spots. I was spamming below the ability because that's where I normally put the stun. I gotta move my buttons around. This is actually annoying me. I was literally spamming the button below the ability. That's where I have stun. We would have had it. We would have stunned her and we would have lived there. But that is because I'm playing on a different device with different settings. It's a little bit different. He is going to get double hit there. We actually do get 3 stacks from that. And that is so annoying. I need to move the button. This is the default location of the button. And I don't like to have it there. It's mostly just muscle memory. At this point, honestly, I could just have... Like, again, there's nothing wrong with having the button in the default spots. You could just have flywheel below and your ability to the side. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just have it the other way around and I was not ready for it. So annoying. We should have lived there. I did play Shack poorly. I did play it poorly at the end of the day. I'm not gonna deny that. Let's see, unless she has teleport, she's not gonna have easy access to us. She could vine here. Does that work? I don't think she needed to. I'm pretty sure the vine was at its limit there anyway. Again, Vine reaches far, but it doesn't reach that far. I'm pretty sure we would not have gotten caught there. I almost want to look back at the replay to see... Again? She's doing it again. Hold up, can we stun her in the middle? I wanted to stun her in the middle of it. I've never done that before. Triple stack being really good right there, though. She's got one more vine. Gotta listen here. I need to shut up and I need to listen. Because the vine makes sounds. Really important sound that you need to listen to. By the way, he's done on chair. And we're not going to be able to walk to him in time. Hold up. No, he's still gonna make it. Can't really vault this pallet. Oh wait, why is she coming to me? Dude, she's crazy! Why did she walk to me? Oh, we would have had her there. I don't know why she went to the cyber machine. That was such a bad move from the hunter. Bro, why would she do that? Because you have low battery? Oh, I know why it's framey. Because low battery mode is on. I never keep that mode on. So many reasons why I don't turn that mode on. I hate it so much. See, because I never turn on low battery mode on, it's not because the battery is low. It's not because the battery is low. That's not the reason. Because I have low battery on my regular iPad, and that's not an issue. That never happens. I don't have a framey game because of that. It's because low battery mode is on. It must be. It must be the reason. It's gotta be. Hello. You gonna go back? Oh. We're gonna die here though. Unless she swings and misses! Boost, 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 help me out! Slow vault, we're gonna ignore that. That didn't happen. Oh, we're gonna die here though. Unless she swings and misses again. Okay, let me turn on off low battery mode because this is actually killing me. I hate it so much. Actually hate it so much. I hate it when it asks me to turn on low battery mode. Every time I get 10% on my other iPad, because I never have it on by default, the option shows up. Would you like to turn on low battery mode? Sometimes I'll accidentally click yes. I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta go in settings to turn it off now. Okay, that was a really bad game on me. I'm gonna change the settings here so it's actually in the right spots here. Because the muscle memory is going to kill me. The muscle memory is absolutely going to kill me. Like, every time I reach for the triple stack, if I'm desperately just trying to get it up, like, I know I'm about to get it, but the button is not there yet, I'm just going to be clicking where my muscles are used to clicking the buttons. So, we got to change that right now. And by that logic, we also have to change flywheel, which I appreciate. Because I bet you it's going to be the reverse. If I don't change flywheel, then flywheel is going to be the one that I'm clicking in the wrong spot for. There you go. So this now should be fixed for Enchantress. It should fix all survivors with an alternate ability. We actually got plus 0 points there, so we didn't end up ranking down. That's kind of funny. Yeah, my brother is letting me borrow his iPad for stream. He doesn't play the game anymore, so I think when Flywheel first came out, he got on the game and I told him, hey, by the way, Flywheel's in a really bad spot, you can move around Flywheel. And back then, you couldn't move Flywheel where you wanted to, it could only replace something else. So, the spot below the ability button, that used to be the best place, because there was nowhere else you could put it that really makes sense. By default, it was at the bottom of the screen, which is horrible for iPad. Maybe on phone is good, because it's not that far from your thumb, but dude, that's off on iPad because I'm never reaching that far down. There's never a time where you ever need to reach that far down. Someone knows me. I wonder how many... The game still feels... Maybe it's just because we're loading in. Game still feels framey. Okay, now that we switched the flywheel build around as well, I'm not so scared to run flywheel now that everything's in the right spot. Again, so I told him a long time ago that that's where you should put flywheel, and that's where I had flywheel, because you couldn't put anywhere else that made sense. And at some point, maybe like a year after flywheel came out, they added the option to be able to move flywheel where you want to. It could be anywhere on the screen. It could be in the center of the screen if you really wanted it to be. So that's kind of where we, I need my boy Lawyer to pick a spawn here. I don't want to steal his spawn. Tell you, would you ever play on phone? I would only play on phone if I went to Call of Abyss. Because on Call of Abyss, they force you to play on phone. I would never actually play on phone. If I had to choose whether I want to play on a phone or an iPad, I would never play on phone. Never, ever. A lot of people tell me that, like, oh, iPad is too awkward, it's too big, their hands are too small. Guys, the average person's hands, I would say I have pretty average hands, maybe slightly bigger. I don't have big hands, alright, that's for sure. I don't think I have big hands. And most people don't have big hands. But I still think anyone can use an iPad. You just gotta know the, like, how, you know, just the position. And even me right now playing the game, I'm not in a good position if I'm being honest. Like, this is not how I usually play the game. I usually play the game leaning back on a couch, put my feet up, and have the iPad resting on my thighs. And just play like that. So I don't have to hold it. I don't have to be like this, like where you normally do with a phone. I can just already be in a good position where it's resting on my body, and so then I can have an easier time using my fingers instead of constantly thinking about holding my iPad up so that it's not falling sideways, because it is heavy. It is way heavier than a phone, so you don't want to be holding it up in the air. So it's just all about getting used to it is the most important thing. And I have also, the same way I have people tell me that they don't want to play an iPad because their hands are too small for it, I have people who tell me they did try iPad and they like it a lot better. But it really just depends, you know, even if you get the right position. I don't know if we should really sell this guy here. I'm really the only guy who could go rescue here, but Hey, if I go rescue right now... Hold up, he can just chase me for free because he knows everyone else is decoding. Which is really bad. He dodged the bomb. That's pretty good. Bye. I let go of the joystick again. I don't know why it keeps charge attacking. He makes it a lot easier to nail the... We're gonna stun him here, just so we can get a good bomb. It makes it a lot easier to use my stun and flywheel when he charge attacks. That's a 5-second bomb. So he's not gonna get anything out of that. You have another bomb? Oh, he's out of bombs. Ooh, that was a really well-placed bomb from him. Holy crap. Well played, sir. That was a really good bomb. We had nowhere to escape that bomb once we dropped that pallet. Too bad. Too bad we didn't have broken windows there. Broken windows would have been a lot better there to escape that area. We would have held on to our triple stack there, and then we could use our triple stack when we're closer to a good area. Like, we could have used our boost to get maybe to, like, deep sandbags away from the hunter, and then we could use our triple stack, and we're already in the good area, rather than us using our triple stack to escape, like, a death situation to an okay area. Like, that area, it's okay. Like, middle's okay, but it's not good if the hunter has fast pallet breaking, which usually they have fast pallet breaking on a map like Arms Factory. So definitely right there. Definitely right there, broken windows would have been a lot better. And some of you guys might be saying, oh, but the fly would prevent a hit. We could have also used our stack to prevent the hit. And the stack is probably more affordable than flywheel. But when you're running flywheel, you really want to use your flywheel first, so that you can get your cooldown back by the time you get rescued the second time. But since we didn't get rescued at all, we're not gonna have flywheel up in time. Someone needs to rescue there, because if you don't rescue against Bomba, you kind of just lose. Honestly, you don't even have to necessarily rescue. You just have to not shake the cyber machines, because what ends up happening is, and this doesn't even have to be like, this doesn't even have to be post-buff Bonbon. If that was not post-buff Bonbon, maybe someone would make the chair rescue, but either way, any hunter right there sees that my teammates are shaking their ciphers on the corners of the map, too. So he knows it's perfectly safe to go chase me. He just completely, like, gets off chair because no one is pressuring the rescue. And the guy on middle, it's pretty easy to cut off the guy on middle, because he could just see where I am, and we don't have an easy ability to, like, jump past the hunter, elbow past the hunter, use a shovel. You can't just, like, walk past hunters as Enchantress, otherwise you're gonna die. How did Grave die in 10 seconds? He didn't die in 10 seconds, but yeah, it wasn't a good guy. I swear, man, it's so hard to rank up with random stuff. It is so tough. I am curious, how long was the kite? It was 40 seconds, Jesus. Jesus, 40-second kite. For me, a 60-second kite is bad. That's like the worst I'll ever do. The worst I'll ever do is like 60 seconds, and for me that's really bad. Like, holy crap, these people are redefining what's bad. And this is, I wish I could say this is uncommon. This is not uncommon. This is very common. Where someone just does a really crappy kite like that. This is bringing me to a rescue. I don't want to look at rescue. Is it because I click this? Oh, once you click that, it automatically changes to rescue in your book, even if you don't click it again. Again, I would say broken windows, especially with a character like Enchantress. You know, it's kind of like wearing two condoms, guys. Why are you running flywheel when your stun already effectively is like flywheel? It would be much better synergy to be able to stun and then safely boost away from the hunter, or boost away, get closer to an OP area that would counter the hunter you're up against, and then use your triple stack. Especially on a map like Arms Factory, Hospital, there are a lot of good areas that you can reach with just a single boost. But if you have to use your ability, I mean, I guess we could play it a little bit differently as well there. We could play that a little bit differently as well, but it really is a little bit tough. Just because, again, we only get one stack. And we're gonna We still need 3 stacks. We're still 2 stacks away, and it does take quite a bit of time to get that to get 2 stacks so you don't get hit. 40 is pretty good. 40 is awful. 40 is awful. When you have 2 seer owls, that's awful. How are you dying with 4 hits? That you're taking 1 hit every 10 seconds. Think about that. Think about that. Do the math. 1 hit every 10 seconds. That's what that Gravekeeper just did. No, it's not good. Especially when you look at his survivor. Okay. By the way, Nightmare has this thing where if he gets stunned in the middle of a dash, he actually, the next time he gets stunned, he's invincible to that stun. And normally it happens with pallets, because if it happens on a pallet, he automatically breaks the pallet as well. But I don't know if it counts for Enchantress stuns or like any other stun. Enchantress is really the only character I think who can stun reliably mid-jump against Nightmare. Does it count for Enchantress? Stunning him with an Enchantress stun instead of a pallet stun, does that count? Or is it just pallet stuns for that? It was like a buff they added to Nightmare a long time ago that no one remembers. I don't think anyone remembers, because it's honestly really hard to get stunned while jumping in the first place. A lot of the time you'll jump into the pallet, and then the survivor will wait for your jump animation to finish and then stun you. 85%. Now you see, this is a much better. This is like an. Again, for my standards, a bad guy, but this is more average. This is normally more average what you see. Again, if this was like Goldman, I would be like, okay, we can tie this. This is perfectly acceptable. Like, honestly, that would be a good kite. The situation changes a lot depending on who this hunter is and who the survivor is. Like, this is Nightmare, the worst hunter in the game, next to like others like Mad Eyes and Percy. He can be good sometimes, just as Percy can be good sometimes, just as Mad Eyes can be good sometimes, but for the most part, they are not good hunters. I'm not saying there's never a good moment, but 90% of the time, there's not a good moment for them. I'll definitely pick this guy up here. He's only healed up 90%. Does he not have self-heal? Or did he already use self-heal? How did he already use self-heal? I don't think he already used self-heal. It doesn't really make sense. No, he had self-heal. He was 99. Yeah, we could rescue here. It's just Nightmare. Although, I think he has the crow on the chair now that I think about it. Does he have the crow on the chair? We'll see. We'll see. He does have the crow on the chair. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. Well, at least it prevents our cybers from getting stopped. I don't think this reaches here. Nope. It was a good try. Man, if we could just get our triple stack here, we'll be fine. But it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Man, we can't get it in time. It's too slow. It's too slow. It's so hard getting the triple stack. Even when you get 1 stack, even when you get hit, it's such a drag even getting 1 stack in. Dude, that sucks so bad. Okay, here's the thing. We could run behind the wall, and yes, we would get our stun faster, but we're out in the open then. If I use my stack, we're not going to have anywhere to run to. I can't do that, because if I do that, then what's the point of using triple stack if you're not by a good area? You're just going to immediately get hit after your triple stack. It's kind of like the counterintuitive. It's like the paradox of Enchantress. You need to stay close to the hunter to get abilities, but sometimes you'll just be in a position where you cannot do that. Like right here, the pallets were broken. Trust me, if the pallets were there, I would run there. Don't you worry, I would. I would very much, but right there, our ability just sucks. Our ability just sucks because if we were gonna want to stay near the hunter, we have to run in an area where we're anyway going to get hit afterwards. He's gonna teleport here after it reaches half. Okay, no, he doesn't. So we'll be able to reach before half. Watch out for warp. Again, same thing. I'll go rescue here, and I'll even grab this crow. Why is he not doing the cyber machine? Warp is not reach. Do I have a ping for this? Do What is this game sense from our survivor? What was the point of running away there? We just wasted so much decode time. Dude, it's actually so frustrating with these survivors. Oh, we're gonna die here. I have to use this immediately. Because for those that don't know, Nightmare is the only hunter in the game who can ignore the falling animation. Nice. That kind of sucks. Oh, he's surrendering. Alright, well I guess that's GG. I don't know why he didn't do the cipher immediately. Oh man. It sucks. It honestly sucks. Like the 5.1 meter radius, it's so bad. Like right there, instead of being able to keep running, we have to stand by the drop down, because if I don't stand by the drop down, he'll be able to hit me while falling down before I can even use my stack. It's so annoying. So many issues with Enchantress, man. That's mostly the biggest issue, actually. It's just one issue I have nowadays. Like they did a good job with like giving the one stun, but I don't know, man. It's still really tough. You play Enchantress for the triple stack, but it's really hard to effectively get it without taking a hit. Here's the problem with it. Why would you play Enchantress when you can just play Painter? Because Painter at least has the option to early place what's it called? A painting that is like half painted, and it'll give you half the stun, but it'll still save you from a hunter's ability. Hey, why is that happening? I have Do Not Disturb on. You know what? I'm just gonna turn off notifications on that real quick as well. Bro, Do Not Disturb is not doing his job. Oh, it's because it's allow messages to go past focus mode, I see. Has it been stray losses? Has it been? Oh yeah, it's been stray losses. I think we tied one game. Yeah, it's been stray losses. Again, I feel like there were 2 games where I could play a lot better. Like, just one single thing would change a lot. Like that Arms Factory game, I think having Broken Windows there would save our life way more there. And there was another time where, obviously, we should not have dropped the Shack Pile on Lose Memory so early. Lucky Guy. My man banned Lucky Guy for the memes. Real funny, everyone get the laughs out. He banned Lucky Guy. Oh god, we got someone who's not even carrying borrowed time. Oh. That really hurts. That really hurts. Honestly, if this person ever gets chased, this is automatically not a win. If they get chased, here's what hurts even more. If someone gets chased and they don't do a 3-separate kite, and then that person who doesn't have borrowed time gets chased next, it's probably a loss. Because now, even if we have the Cyber's Prime, even if the first person did a tie kite, if the hunter chases the no borrowed time person next, with no borrowed time, unless someone body blocks for them right as the hunter swings, that's probably it. We're just gonna lose. They're gonna go down. We have no pop for them. Hunter will go after the person who nearest gate, the nearest person, assuming there is one nearby, which there probably will be if they got rescued off a chair, right? God, man, these builds are not making it any easier. The worst part about it is like, why? Why? We have a tie turner. Why? You're not even playing a character who's that amazing at rescuing anyway. Although Meteorologist, actually they switched to Meteorologist. What was their earlier survivor? Well, anyway, it's better now. So at least you can fly in the air. And that's like guaranteed time the hunter cannot hit the survivor. Ooh, nice. We have an unconnected server machine here. This is going to be really nice. We're going to be able to do the server machine so fast now. It would even be nice if we got chase chair as well. Just because we're going to be able to get our stacks and survive more than 2 hits here. We could get multiple triple stacks here if we get chased. Okay, I think we're going to want to do that cipher next right there. It's not only the closest, but someone is sending progress to it as well, so it just makes sense to do. It's okay, it's just the start of the season. Guys, I don't know what is this copium with it's just the start of the season. Go back and watch the last stream, end of season. It makes no difference in what part of the season it's in. People are just as crap at the game. Why would it make a difference? What is this copium that I'm hearing? No, it makes no difference. No, there's literally no difference. If anything, you might be right. It is harder probably because we can match not just low tier hunters, but also high tier hunters who are very good at the game, and you need very good survivors if you want to beat these hunters. Not the last Nightmare. Not that guy was just playing Nightmare, but the cipher, nice. We do have probably a bit of progress on it. We don't have a Shack cipher this game, so don't have to worry about that. I'm not gonna absorb for this person. Although if someone else absorbs afterwards, then it would make sense. Yeah, I think we would absorb, but they're not being chased anyway. How much damage is this? 0.4 plus 0.4. They're at 0.8. This batter is gonna die here if he takes a blink hit. This guy's dead to a basic hit right now. Okay, no. Now he'll survive. Except I don't think he's being chased anymore. Let's see where the hunter is. Okay. That's why you run compensate. Okay, nope. Nope, they're still being chased. They're just not pinging it. Okay, that's nice. What a nice waste of time. Low tiers, sorry guys. Focus on decoding. Okay, 50%. I mean, guys, you can't say hunter changed target and then not say hunter's near me again. Like, I get it. Hunters leave you a bit and then come back. I get it. It happens. It happens. Just tell me. Just tell me so I'm not getting off my cipher. 61%. How much damage did I take? 0.4 plus 0.4. I'm at 0.8. The other guys are at 1.2. 0.6 now. I'm at 1.2. Meteorologist is at 0.4, I believe. Gotta focus this match because we do have to count. It really matters to count the damage here. It's gonna be really nice, so we're gonna get heal off here as well. 1.2. It doesn't really matter to absorb damage here because we're not gonna absorb for this person more than one time. So I'm just gonna let her take damage. Teleport. He got blue there. I don't know why. I don't know why he gave himself blue there, because if he was chasing the Meteorologist, then he's just going to put blue on Meteorologist, and then he's going to get free damage on Batter. Meteorologist will die anyway, regardless. Okay. Although now, well, if he didn't switch, then I would just switch. I mean, I don't agree with the switch here, because if he was still chasing Meteorologist, then he would just put blue on Meteorologist, and then she still would go down. And there's just free damage on Batter that way. Okay, this cipher has a lot of progress right here. And there's a couple reasons. First reason is I was connected to it, so our extra progress is going to this cipher. We're gonna die here though, if someone over there gets hit. We do have self-heal, and we also could support. Reception might also have a lot of progress though. I don't know which one has more progress at this point, because here's the thing. Graveyard was connected to Reception, but I was connected to Top Broken. And logically, they have the same decode. So I'm just going to go to the closer cipher machine. By the way, fun fact, Impact does not reduce healing time for self-heal. But my debuff does make me take longer to heal up. I'm just gonna get it immediately. I'm not gonna even wait for the self-heal. We need to get on the ciphers immediately. I think every second's really gonna count right now. Down seeking medical attention. We're just letting this guy die? I guess we do have to heal up here. If he gets red, I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to blue so I don't take unnecessary damage. Yeah, so he actually left his target. So we do have time to heal up now. I do want to heal up the first officer here. It would be really nice. I don't know about healing me up, though. Because first officer is the guy who's the target right now. Whatever, we're just going to come to it at this point. Like, right now, what's stopping him from teleporting and killing this first officer? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what's stopping him? The cooldown, maybe. Dude, that's crazy! That's crazy! Okay, so he has the full syringe. He just needed me to heal him a little bit. Oh, we actually found our cipher machine. I wish she went to it right now. Can't really do the cipher machine. She still has one more chair left. I'm pretty sure we have time. It's making me nervous to go in that cipher machine. Again, the server has more progress. Does it not ping? It does not remember the ping. It doesn't remember my ping. I can just ping it again. Side entrance. So we did. Oh, that's such an early rescue. Why? Server's not prime yet. Why? Oh, okay, he better have a ball. Otherwise, I don't understand why he did that. Bro, you're kidding me. Are you kidding me? Early rescue? Seriously? That's really annoying. I don't know what the rush is. What is the rush? I'm gonna switch to red here, so if he chases me, I'll survive a hit. And if he teleports here, I'm just gonna immediately use the stacks, because we can get hit in extra time. And, well, he's just gonna put blue on the first officer now, right? Hold up. Give him blue. Although, I'm pretty sure... Does he still die here? 2.2 divided by 3? I gotta get my calculator out for this one. He does survive. Okay, I just wanted to see. How much damage is that? 2.2 divided by 3. So we took 0.733 plus 1.1 is the damage he took right there. Yeah, he survives with 1.83 damage. Did he get dungeon there? Did he get dungeon at the end there? Dude, this is why Hermit is so bad in game. Like, it takes 3 hits to kill Survivor if they play smart. And if everyone has full health, most importantly. Ah, no, he didn't. Too bad. Got a little bit unfortunate there. That dungeon was... I think he kited on... He was near 2 potential dungeon spots, and he was not able to get it, unfortunately. I think dungeon must have spawned him back in then. We could have won that game. Again, there's no guarantee, because, you know... I don't think she had borrowed time, that meteorologist. But at least that way, he would rescue, she would go down, he would probably still have the ball ready to potentially rescue her, assuming he doesn't get stunned. But he could get stunned and then the pickup happens. There's a lot of things that could still go wrong. Yeah, she had tie flywheel, so unless the batter body blocks for her after the rescue or pushes away and then says to pop, it's going to be really hard to save her life. Not to mention that if no one has a certain color, like let's say we have no one who has blue, he's just going to put blue on the meteorologist, not going to connect the gate so no one can switch colors to save her. But even then, because she doesn't have borrowed time, she would be at a half health. Even if one person switches to blue, she would still die. We would need a total of 3 people with blue, including herself. That includes her, by the way. You think the hunter didn't know she had borrowed time? Doubt it. If he's keeping track, then he'll know that she rescued with Tide, and she probably used Flywheel at some point. Any hunter who's keeping track is going to immediately notice, like, oh crap, too many powerful abilities here, so they don't have the best one of all. Again, I don't know if we would have won that game, but rescuing early definitely makes it basically guaranteed to not happen at that point. I have a feeling that that guy just thought we had the ciphers done already. Maybe from now on, instead of saying a cipher will soon be decoded, I should probably say the cipher has more progress, so people don't think it's gonna be decoded. Maybe. Maybe I should be doing that. Alright, so Hunter might chase prisoner here, but again, I say that because if he's not going to chase prisoner, then well, he might not chase prisoner because prisoner can easily prevent 20 here by falling down a hole. He might chase me. Ugh. Let's see. So he grabbed the ghost. He's right there, so I mean, if he was going to go for me, I don't think he would grab the ghost at that point. Okay, prisoner is now ready by a drop down though. He could have made sure he doesn't get 20. Now he's gonna get stunned by one more scare. He could have prevented 20 by being down a drop down. Now one more scare scares him. The worst part is he still has the ghost on him too. He got scared by the main body. Okay, I guess that didn't change anything. I guess I just gotta straight up turn off notifications for messages. 1 second. What is the next character you're going to try after Enchantress? I honestly don't even remember what else got buffed. All the buffs are pretty mediocre, besides the Enchantress one, which probably was the best one. Naiad got a pretty nice buff. It adds up, the Naiad buff. Because one of Naiad's problem is that you'll get 30, the survivor will like dry off a little bit sometimes. So then it'll be like maybe at like 20 or 25. Before you can water them off again. So then they'll gain another 30%, maybe a little bit extra from spending time trying to leave the water, right? Okay, she's just gonna... What's nice is we finished the cipher. I mean, she's probably just gonna put her ghost on this cipher now, though, yeah. Bruh. I'm just gonna... It doesn't really make sense to not to kill the cipher machine. We have to force it out. She cannot go on me, because she has to stop this rescue right now, so we're fine. If she leaves to teleport on me, then she's not going to be able to stop this rescue. So she has to choose one or the other. That's why I'm not getting off the tombstone. Because she cannot have both of us. She has to choose one or the other. And if she's smart, she's not going to give a free rescue. So I'm not going to get off the cipher because I know she can't do anything about it anyway. We lost 3 seconds of decode there because we got stunned. Big deal. We could have lost 20 had I gotten off the tombstone. Like game sense. Little game sense decisions like that, we would not have 30% right now. We would probably have 10% because of that small game sense decision. We now have 20% extra on our cipher machine. And it really adds up. It really adds up. You gotta make smart game sense decisions over time. I think we do want to rescue here. We would get extra stacks from this as well. We can't get leashed here, so that's nice. What is she doing right now? I'm not touching this chair. Please just swing. And she doesn't have her ghost here, I don't think. Well, she might have a ghost here, I'm not sure. Okay, no. Okay, I'm actually gonna purposely go in here now so she cannot put a ghost on me and immediately kill me. See, that was really important there, because if I didn't do that, she would bring the ghost back, put the tombstone on me, I would immediately die. Now she just goes for someone else to solve the cipher machine. Okay. I'm still not so sure we're going to be able to tie this game. Too bad. It was a good rescue. He rebounded a little bit, and we did get a really important ability out of that as well. 69%. We're gonna do the same thing here. But she doesn't have full presence. Again, once again, she has to choose. Does she want to go after me or does she want to camp? She has to choose one or the other. And if she chooses me, then we're gonna immediately stun her. And she's not gonna be able to immediately kill us. So we're putting her in a checkmate situation is what we're doing here. Because we know she has to do something else. I'm not going to get off my cipher because I know she's busy doing something else. Nice, that tombstone disappeared. Problem is, does middle have good progress? I don't know if middle has good progress. Did he ever ping middle? Oh shoot, we might be doing an extra cyber here, and I don't even know if we are. I'm very curious. I wonder if he did middle. I have a feeling he was doing middle. Okay, same thing. He can't choose me and the journalist. He has to choose one or the other. We're just gonna keep decoding it. Because if I don't decode, we're gonna lose this game. But he also has to make the rescue. Oh, he didn't make it. Does middle have a lot of progress? Like, I don't even know. He did ping the cipher. Oh no, but his cipher was done. His cipher was done. He already finished his cipher, and if he started another one, then it only has like 10%. So Magician didn't have a cipher machine. I'm guessing the last cipher was right next to the chair, so he anyway wouldn't be able to do it. Can we use our stack here, please? That's nice. You can't even use your stack because the stun animation stops you. That's nice. That's nice. You can't even use it. Can you, like, prevent? Can you cancel the stun animation at least? I don't even know if you can cancel the stun animation. Can you cancel the stun animation? Because you can cancel a hit animation by running, walking, and then running again, but... Bro, come on. Actually getting... I mean, that was a draw, though. +0. At least we're not losing. I'm pretty sure Journalist cipher, because I know Journalist had a cipher, but she died right on top of it because obviously the shadow just teleported on her. Yeah, it's like Fair Lady got buffed. I don't even think we're going to play Fair Lady. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, Fair Lady's still not a good survivor. That's the answer right now. Like, if Enchantress is still having such a hard time, because realistically, a survivor who needs to take a hit to get their ability up is not a good survivor, because of Blink. If Blink did not exist, Enchantress would be way better. But because of Blink's existence, you just... I mean, there's multiple problems. Even if you get the triple stack off before they blink, they still have the blink. They can still blink you afterwards. All you did was buy time. You're not even going to be able to rebound with it. You're just stalling the blink, which they'll just walk up to you and blink you then. If it wasn't for Blink, Enchantress would be way better in this game, but because of Blink, Enchantress is just not that good. She just doesn't have a way to consistently gain stacks quickly. If she wants to gain stacks quickly, she can take hits for it, but if you take a hit, you're going to get blinked, and it's like, again, paradox of Enchantress. It would be good to try Dr. Perfumer with her new build. I already did Perfumer, and Doctor is not any better. Doctor's just as bad as she was before the persona change. Again, like, survivors that are clearly awful, like, I mean, like, by far garbage, we're not gonna play. Can we get someone with borrowed time? We just had 2 people with no borrowed time on their build right there. This guy... In what world are we living in that you have even 1 survivor with no borrowed time? All your survivors should have borrowed time. Patches right here, who was the Gravekeeper, had a survivor with no borrowed time. What are you doing? In what mode are you playing with no borrowed time? What mode? 2v8? Was that his 2v8 build? It can't be because 2v8 has separate builds. It remembers your build for 2v8, and so you don't have to change your build from 2v8 to 1v4 like you used to. You can just permanently have the same build on 2v8 and it will never interfere with 1v4. You need to make a space for it, but once you select a build while you're in the 2v8 room, it's not going to ever go into 1v4. Like, in what world are you having borrowed time? Like, no borrowed time, I mean. What about the stream about the most played character in particular? Yeah, we'll still do that, don't worry. Can I get the... Why is the capture card not working? Come on, man. I'm just going to say this right now. Garbage survivors, that means Doctor and that means Fair Lady. I know you guys are not going to like this. Especially you Doctor players, you low tiers out there. If you want to get better at the game, Doctor's not the way to do it. I'm really sorry. She's just not good. So why did the persona change not help her? Because there was nothing to help her heal faster. Like you'll look at stuff like Touch Effect and be like, oh, but Touch Effect, you get faster after you heal up. How are you going to heal up? How are you going to heal up? it's really hard to heal up as Doctor, because if you ever choose to forcefully forcefully do the heal, I mean, then you're just immediately gonna get hit against almost any hunter ability, or maybe even a basic hit in worst case scenario, and then they still have their ability up. Like, that's why she's not good. She needs something to help her heal faster, and there's nothing to help her heal faster. Are we gonna count Shelter? No, not really. There's just not enough points to be able to do Doctor and Shelter and still have the important stuff like self-heal and companion effect. You absolutely have to have those things. It's so important. Companion effect doesn't necessarily guarantee rebound, but it does so much. There are a lot of chairs that are the perfect distance where without companion effect you won't make them. But with companion effect, you will make them. Even the garbage pallet, every second counts. Anything to make the hunter's life difficult, if you have a harasser on your team, you'll reach a pallet even if it's garbage. If you can force an ability out, that's a win. If you can force an ability out and not allow an easy basic hit, now your harasser doesn't have to worry about that ability. It's like a domino. Like by you getting your ability out, if someone else is there to support you, they won't have to worry about it until it's off of cooldown. And that was all possible because you were able to reach pallet off of chair. Why? Because of companion effect. I mean, these are absolute game-changing perks that basically every single person has to have. Like if I was Enchantress right now, and if I would be harassing for someone, which you should almost never do because Enchantress' range is really too small to effectively do it without taking significant amounts of damage. But if I were to do that, and someone got the ability out, then now I don't have to worry about that ability. I might have to worry about other abilities, but that ability is out of the question now. And it's so important. That's why companion effect is so great. Even if you still get the ability hit and you still die because of their ability, and Enchantress does not have it immediately when they chair you. If it's Blood Queen, for example, and you force the mirror, well now after she chairs you, she can't just mirror on the side for machines because you got the mirror. Okay, stuff like this, companion effect, it is so important to have. Psyche, you don't think Buff Fair Lady is good? No. She was garbage before, she's garbage now. This is a joke. The buff is a joke, like genuinely a joke. Like I've never seen, I've seen a lot of bad buffs, but like this is actually like pathetic. Let's search up what the Fair Lady buff is. Because right now I remember one major thing about the buff. September 20th, 2024. They updated for Fair Lady. They put it on the IDV website, but they didn't put it for Enchantress, which is weird. September 20th, 2024. Oh my god. I thought it was September, and somehow I thought it was 2024. Don't ask me how. No, never mind. So no, they didn't put it on the website. But basically what they did is they made it so when you use the aromatherapy cane, it decreases the cooldown of your next invisibility by 8 seconds. For a total of 16 seconds faster if you use both. Guys, what the hell? What the hell? That's supposed to be a buff? Guys, how long does the aromatherapy cane take to come back again? Isn't it like something like 40 seconds? Isn't it 40 seconds? What is 16 seconds gonna do? What is it gonna do? How are you gonna make sure you don't immediately get farmed? It is nice that it still goes up while you're knocked down. But guys, in how many situations are you not getting immediately picked up? None? None? Yeah, that's what I thought. Unless you have a harasser on the team. Which, again, because you're playing Fair Lady, you probably can't get abilities out. It's just you're gonna go down fast. Like the visibility of Fair Lady, it's not realistically enough for a 3-step recovery. I mean, maybe. Maybe? Well, maybe we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try at least, because now that I think about it, you do get knocked down and it's 5 seconds, even if you don't have a harasser, and it adds up. I don't know, guys. Again, I would never play Fair Lady is the thing, though. Why would you ever play Fair Lady? Why? Why would you play Fair Lady? Composer's better. Lawyer's better. Prisoner, I would even say, is better. I'd rather play Prisoner. I don't know, it's tough if Mechanic or Fair Lady is better. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. In terms of decode, it's hard to say which one is better. Probably Mechanic if you play more efficiently. Because Fair Lady, man, Fair Lady. Mechanic can defend herself, I would say, better. It takes a skilled player. It's not easy, but I would say Mechanic can probably defend herself better than Fair Lady. Especially against stuff like Clown. So then you're just not automatically dead to like some off-meta hunter. Hell Ember, your ability does nothing because the fire spirits and the puppets know where you are, and invisibility doesn't do anything against them. That includes Magician, that includes First Officer, by the way, if you're wondering. They still get tracked. They remove the breathing and the footstep sound. It's a factor, but it's not really the main factor that's making Fair Lady bad. I honestly don't think the footsteps was what was causing Fair Lady to be garbage. There were a lot of other problems with Fair Lady, none of which they really addressed that. Well, I guess they addressed the, like... Again, they addressed the being knocked down part, but how many times are you... How often are you getting knocked down? 2 times? 2 times if you don't have a roster on the team? That's, what, a couple seconds faster in total? Couple seconds faster. Like, guys, we're digging on breadcrumbs here. We're digging on breadcrumbs here. It's like running Snooze, alright? We're digging for breadcrumbs here. Like, a couple seconds. This is what we're digging for. Is Enchantress any good? It's better for getting 3 stacks, but it's still really hard to play her. Especially nowadays, when so many hunters have, like, stackable abilities. Back then, even before stuff like Wax Artist, Clerk, Night Watch, Peddler... Enchantress was a lot better, because when a hunter used their ability, that was guaranteed time. The hunter's not going to kill you, because realistically you shouldn't be taking a hit if the hunter doesn't use their ability. Enchantress has gotten a lot worse since then. Not just because it's really hard to gain stacks, but there's never really a safe time to be gaining stacks nowadays. Like back then, when Ripper was the best hunter, for example, it was different. It was different because he uses his Foggy Blade, and then for the next 20 seconds he doesn't have Foggy Blade. As long as you don't die to his increased speed, you're going to be constantly gaining stacks for the next 20 seconds. Nowadays, you have hunters like Peddler, Night Watch, Waxers, where even after you bait out their ability, they have more ability. You're never safe. You're never really safe. If you go against stuff like Naiad, it can be better, because, you know, again, she's stuck on a cooldown. Enchantress' problem now, her biggest problems, again, has a lot of problems. They fixed one of them by not having the ability to start with an ability. But you still gain stacks too quickly. If you want to gain stacks quickly, you would take damage, but then you die to blink. I don't know. I don't know how you fix Enchantress. A long time ago, Enchantress was the most unfair character in the game, and they had to nerf her. They had to. There was no option about it. She's just not good. She's just really bad. So you should play Prisoner at the end of season since it's his birthday. Okay, so you want me to play Prisoner in 3 months from now. Gotcha. No, they did not nerf the regen, guys. They did not nerf the regen. The regen is not nerfed. Let's make that clear. This Cyber Machine is blocked, which is really annoying for me. The Hunter's Peddler. Well, no one is doing middle because that guy just pinged. He's over there. Little stuff like that saves me time from walking away from it. Let's see where this hunter is. Okay, he's right there. He's using a vine, I'm guessing. Need my prisoner stream soon. Nah, we're good. It's funny. I crap on Prisoner a lot. I don't think we're gonna do a stream on him. We're doing an Enchantress stream. I don't want to be picking any more crappy survivors. I've had my share of crappy survivors. What do you think about Prisoner? I was just talking about him. Crappy survivor. Again, I know a lot of people are not gonna like that because Prisoner is one of the most frequently used characters in the game, but he's not a good survivor. He's not a good survivor. A lot of people will be like, oh, he's a decoder who has an ability and he vaults normally. Well, that's not really enough to save you in this game. You need abilities in this game that are versatile. They work from a range. Prisoner, same problem as Enchantress. I at least like it because I at least like it a lot better than Enchantress because it's a lot more, it's a lot easier to regenerate Prisoner's stun. It's a lot better. What? What is that crap? It goes through walls? Since when? I gotta test that later. Why did it just go through the wall? Holy crap, I'm glad that wasn't an actual kite, because I would do that in a real kite. Knowing that she can't go through the wall, and she just went through the wall. What the hell? Is it because the fence is slightly lower? What is that crap? That should not work like that. Well, maybe it does work like that, I just didn't know. Damn, that is some bull crap. I got your cipher. Now we can do this cipher. He'll start a new cipher. I got this cipher. This is not going to take that long, thankfully, to get to. Yeah, what was that vine? I got to test that later. I gotta see other situations. Like, does that go through the little, like, really short benches on the hospital in that case? The one that are, like, near double doors, and then on the other side of hospital, near birdcage, there's more of those, like, small fences. Like, would that go through as well? It's like, is line spawn not meta now on Lakeside? Unfortunately, it's not. Everyone does this spawn, but it is good against Shadow to do that spawn. That's why you do this spawn against Shadow, but in an actual game, when you ban Shadow, I don't think that spawn is the best spawn. Because if you if you spawn Shaq and the hunter spawns below you, I mean, Shaq always has had that problem regardless of what spawns you do. The reason I don't like the spawn that we just did, everyone does it, but I don't think anyone knows a different spawn. There's a much better spawn, and it's that instead of allowing the hunter to spawn right next to small bow, you put someone like a rescuer at small bow. You have one person at small bow and then another person to the right side of small bow. So that way the hunter cannot easily block big bow. Because then what ends up happening is the hunter doesn't have a good chase, then they can run stuff like warp or teleport, and then they can warp or teleport on the person who is not able to do big bow. And then what's gonna happen? Hold up, I gotta do the start machine and then we gotta rescue. Give me a break, homie! I need to get my cipher done! God damn these people, man. If I didn't get my cipher done, there's no point of you doing your cipher. We need to get the cipher done. Because if I didn't get the cipher done, he would not be able to save prisoner's life right here. Hold up, she's going back. She's going back. We'll use this. No, we don't need to use this because he's got the pad. Okay, I just pinged Andre's attention and it made me use the camera control button. Hilarious. This is tough. Like, which gate do we go for? We can't harass that. We can't harass that. 5.1 meters, we're literally gonna die. We have just no range. If I go harass that, we're gonna guarantee die. So, okay, how do you stay motivated playing IDV? I've never seen you burnt out or uninterested in playing. I like the concept of the game. That definitely helps a lot. You gotta have a genuine interest in playing the game. That's the #1 thing. You gotta actually enjoy what you do. Enjoying what you do helps a lot. But the other thing is that, you know, always thinking about new things. You know, thinking about what you would, like every game, to be honest, I don't often do new things in the game. But what I like about MV5 is that there's always, every game is something new. It's very rare to have a situation where you've kited on the same kiting area against the same hunter countless times, and even if you have, there's always another opportunity to do it better. And that's the way I like to think. There's always like a better way to do everything. Always think about new ways, new plans. I'll go to sleep and I'll go to bed and it'll just randomly pop in my head like, man, I did such a bad kite there. How could I have made that better? Like times where I just genuinely didn't know what I should do. Not like stuff where I obviously know what I did wrong. I don't think about that. But stuff where it's like, I was stumped. Like that's a tough situation to work in. Like go, man, in a tough kiting area. Like what do you do in that situation? And I'll be thinking about it. Like airplanes versus Go, man. I hear a lot of people say he's good, but I just cannot make him work. So I'll go to bed and I'll be thinking about him. Like it's really strange because some characters I can't figure it out. Some characters usually I can figure it out. Like just from going to bed, I'll be thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I should have done that. I'll think of a new route, and then next day I'll try it out, and it works really well. Ideally. But since I have like a thing for the game, being able to think about how the game works, making the hunter's life as annoying as possible, based off their ability, knowing where their ability sucks and stuff like that, you can make their life a lot more difficult. Regardless of what your survivor is, at least, you know, even if you're playing something like Mind's Eye, you can take a route. Oh my god, we got a thief player. You can take a route that even if you're not playing a character with an ability, yeah, you might die in a couple of abilities, you probably will not do a 3-cyber kite, but you can always make it at least a tieable kite. That's kind of the special challenge with stuff like Mechanic and Mind's Eye. Are you good enough to do a tieable kite? And with something like Mechanic, you can even do a winning kite if you know how to properly use the robots, and that's the fun part. Always thinking of new ways to like figure out, play the game.
I know a long time ago I was picking up Thief. Thief was kind of like a new move. Before that was like Patient. There's like different eras of Psyche, of like what Psyche is playing the most. There's always different eras. There was the Mercenary era for a long time, but even when I'm not playing Mercenary, I'm still playing other survivors. I remember the Perfumer era. I remember when I played Mechanic, when Mechanic was a very good survivor. I would play these survivors when Mercenary was already taken, or if, let's say, Mercenary's banned, I would go pick up Gravekeeper, right? So then when Gravekeeper released, I'm like, man, Gravekeeper's such a great survivor. And Gravekeeper's never been nerfed by then. Gravekeeper has only gotten buffs, and he was an amazing starter even when he first came out. And then it's like really fun. Now you're figuring out how to play Gravekeeper and like all these cool things you can do with Gravekeeper, like thinking about what pallets you want to drop, how it affects your kite, how long can you stall at the shovels. You know, it's always something new. And the thing is, it's not as simple as just playing a character like a few dozen times, but like, okay, I mastered this character. No. No, if you know anything about the game, you know that literally a dozen games might be enough to master your character on just one map. Maybe, if you're lucky, if you already have a lot of experience in the game and you already know how to counter all the hunters, then you will probably only need just a few dozen games, maybe 100 or so games on the same map, before you can finally say you've mastered that character on that map. And that's assuming you already know all the counters to the hunters, so you already know where the best areas are against them. And now it's just a battle of thinking about how to use their ability in all kinds of different situations, like what if they have Blink, what if they have Warp, right? And every single factor changes so much. You know, one game, I could be kiting Ripper on Shack here, utilizing Shack windows here, going to church, and I have broken windows. Another game, I could be also kiting Ripper with Blink. Let's say he has Blink both games, kiting in the same area. I'm playing the exact same survivor, and I have the exact same build. Oh, sorry, not the exact same build. Let's say one thing is different. I have Flywheel now, so now I have to think of a whole new route to make Shack work, because I do not have an easy access path to church without losing a lot of distance, because I cannot just make up for it with a speed boost. So then that's literally everything the same. Same trait, same hunter, same area, same survivor, but persona I have is different, and I gotta think about that. Right? That's just one area, right? What if I change my survivor now? What if the hunter changes their hunter? What if I'm in a completely different area? And so just one area has like 5 or 6 different combinations of a possibility. And if you think about the possibilities, we're like, well, there's 2 possibilities for my persona build. Honestly, there's actually 3. I could have Titran. I could be playing Rescuer. How do I deal with that then? Right? What if I have no kiting abilities? What if I just have Titran? I have to think about how to just raw kite with the abilities I have. Sorry, with the windows I have, and how to combine them with my abilities with that. And then how many hunters are there? There's 9, 18, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 hunters in the game. 9 on each page and then 5 on the last one. There's a lot of characters in the game. So I could just if you play the exact same survivor, on the exact same map in the exact same area, you can still find 35 different ways to kite in that one area just because the hunter changed. Because there's a bunch of different hunters. Halumber, pretty simple to kite on Shack Church. That is really unlucky. Dude actually is running peepers. We have to wait for the server to finish. I want to get a little bit closer, but we'll see what's going to cost me. Man, this is going to be rough. Hold up. Oh no, but he's just going to use his big Foggy Blade. Maybe he'll use his chip. Bro really just went for that. I wanted to get out of the fog first. I can't make him get out of the fog, is the problem. Server's not even going to be prime. And it's also not the last server machine. This whole time I thought it was the last server machine. Okay, so it didn't matter. It literally did not matter in that case. Never mind. Okay, so it's fine. I guess it's fine. Because we would not be able to make it anyway. Maybe I should have not used the stack. But if I don't use the stack, I would die. The paradox of Enchantress continues. I was gonna say we don't use the stack so we can get a triple stack, but if I don't use the stack, I would die. Man, that really sucks. You have the Foggy Blade. Yeah. We could use our stack there, I guess, but we would still die to the Foggy Blade. Our ability doesn't counter Foggy Blade. Our ability counters invisibility. Which is the way worse ability to counter, by the way, because on a map like Church, you just go to the church windows, you make him lose his invisibility. You go to Graveyard, you make him lose his invisibility. You go to, like, the God Pal, you make him lose his invisibility. Enchantress, there's not a whole lot you can do there in that kiting area. Average Enchantress matchup, I know. Like, your ability doesn't counter Hunter abilities is the problem. Again, it was much better back then when you get hit by the Hunter's ability, right? And they're on a huge cooldown. Dude, even Ripper nowadays is way harder for Enchantress. Because they just don't use the chip hit. They'll just use the regular Foggy Blade, but the regular Foggy Blade now has 18-second cooldown instead of 20. Even Enchantress becomes way worse. You know, those seconds really add up over time. So yeah. As I was saying, let's say you just pick one area, same survivor, same build. It could still be all these different hunters, and you got to think about how you're going to use this area against all those hunters. In some areas, there's just nothing you can do. So in those situations, it would just be easier, right? You could just be like, okay, there's nothing I can do in this situation, right? So then you just move on, and that's a lot quicker. But there's like Enchantress Reception versus Ripper. What are we gonna do? We're gonna stun him. We need a triple stack to escape the area. That's what we need to do. There's no way you're gonna make it work. So in situations like that, it's very easy. It's very quick. You could be like, okay, well, Reception, you're not gonna make Ripper work there. So then you learn from that. You'd be like, okay, when I'm playing any survivor, I should not kite at Reception, and that's how you can kind of skip a lot of the work, so you don't have to play every single survivor in exactly Reception on exactly Church with this exact build against exactly Ripper. You can just kind of skip all that work and be like, okay, regardless of my survivor or build or hunter trait, you cannot make Reception work against Ripper. Right, so you don't have to play all, what is this, 90, 27, 36, 45, 45, and I don't even remember how many 3 stars on the last page, but you don't have to play with every single survivor to find out that. And it makes it a lot better. It makes it a lot better in that sense. So it's not as much work as it seems, but in reality, there are a lot of areas you can do at least something against a hunter. And even Reception, you can still mind game him sometimes. You know, if they're bad. But there are ways, like, let's say we're playing Reception against Ripper right there. There is a way to survive there. We could use a small stack, run to the side, and we hope that he swings. Because when he's stunned, the Foggy Blade will come out, but he can't control his character. So as long as we get out of the way of his character, Foggy Blade just launches into nothing. Alright, and that's like something you can do. So even there's something to learn. But like, how to avoid the large Foggy Blade in that situation when resting. If you're far from the chair, then there's not a whole lot you can do. You can pray, but I don't recommend praying, right? Obviously, in that situation, once we got found from far, we're screwed. We're screwed. There's really nothing we can do realistically. A guy who's just patient will almost always hit you. There's not a whole lot you can do. Well, anyway, he's probably going to find us anyway. So how do you avoid it? You need to use an ability. You need to use an ability that gets you past Ripper, or is able to soak up hits. Or if you have a way to stun. So like Gravekeeper can absorb hits. Mercenary can go right past the Hunter. Forward can go past the Hunter. Coordinator can stun the Hunter far from chair. Ripper is one of those abilities, has one of those abilities where you're not going to dodge it. You need to use your ability to counter it. That's why I hate Ripper so much. No Hunters nearby? Sir, get out of here. I didn't even realize he was here. Ripper's just one of those Hunters where it's not that his ability is dodgeable. You need to have your ability to counter their ability. That's how Ripper works. That's why I find Ripper really frustrating. Because he's just like Blood Queen. Sometimes he's better than Blood Queen. If you're a survivor that just cannot get away from him. If you don't have broken windows, for example. Although you can flywheel a chip hit, which nowadays is pretty meaningless. So even flywheel's not that good. Not that it was that great to begin with. Because like, what, 127 cooldown to counter 1 Foggy Blade? You're still going to die in 3 Foggy Blades if he doesn't miss. And like I said, it's pretty hard to miss Foggy Blades. You're right. Big radius. It can even still come out when he gets stunned. So he literally walks through power, you stun him, the Foggy Blade comes out like half a second later. As long as you started the attack. It's just one of those abilities where you're not gonna be able to just dodge like you can a Violin Note or a Feaster Tentacle, or make it difficult to use. It's not one of those abilities. It's just one of those abilities where once he gets close to you, it's basically a guaranteed hit, as long as he's not stupid. As long as he's not one of those hunters who like bangs the wall and doesn't know that he could just walk right through the pallet. I see so many rippers where they'll like, you'll walk up to a pallet, you'll go behind the pallet, the hunter will be afraid to walk through the pallet for some reason as Ripper, and they'll bang at the wall, and I'll just predict it, I'll go in front of the pallet instead, and they'll miss their falling into it. Like, why? Why do you do that? Why do that when you could just walk right through the pallet, even if I stun them, they're still going to, I'm still going to get hit. So, like, as I was saying, now I'm explaining how to kite Ripper, but he's not one of those hunters where you're going to be able to dodge. You need an ability to come through it. So, like, right there, we had no ability. So we're basically dead. You just need to not get found from far. Which I think we had a better shot if we didn't get peepered there. Okay, thanks, Psyche, I'll just die. Again, Ripper is one of those characters, and Blood Queen, they kind of fall in the same boat. It depends on your survivor, not so much on your kiting area. There are ways to stall out Ripper, but like literally Blood Queen, no, not really. Not really. None of your persona will help. None of your areas will help. Some can stall better against Blood Queen, but there are very few heights where you can stall well anyway. We're gonna rescue here. No? Are we gonna rescue here? No, he's not pinging. We obviously need someone to decode. We can't have 4 people not decoding. Why are we solo queuing today? Because I don't have anyone to play with. I wonder... Then, let's think about it. Ooh, what? This person is single? You're single, you don't have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Why don't you have a girlfriend? How does that work? That's how I feel right now. Just get a girlfriend. Psyche, you gonna watch Superman movie coming out? No, I don't watch any superhero movies. I was gonna say I don't watch Marvel movies, but I don't even know if Superman is Marvel or DC. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't watch Superman movies in general. I'll just put it that way. Alright, you guys can come to me. I don't want to heal at that cipher anyway. I shouldn't really be decoding right now anyway. Now is the best time to heal because all our decode products will get cut in half anyway. So it's less value to decode. Superman is DC? Okay, so I don't watch DC. I remember when my mom first started watching all the movies before... What was the last movie? What was like the really big one that was like the finale? What was that called? Like the Superman... It's the one with... What's his name again? It starts with a TH. Come on, how did I forget him? Every time I see Wheel, I remember who it is, but for some reason I can't remember the name right now. Who is it? Who's the big purple guy? Not from FNAF. Who is it? What's his name? I forgot his name. Hey guys, we got triple stack from doing nothing. Thanos! Yes, Endgame. Yes, so my mom was watching all the movies leading up to Endgame. And I did, I was in the living room and I did enjoy Captain America. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. Which is probably the lamest one because he doesn't have any powers really. He's just a superhuman. And then I watched a little bit of Iron Man, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really remember Iron Man really that much. I remember Captain America was made to like fight off the Soviets, I think, right? In some world war. Was it a world war or was it just a regular war? I don't know. It's based on real life events, which I thought was really cool. Okay, well, we're not making it before half anymore. So we're just gonna let the time go. Honestly, maybe we would have had. Maybe it's Snooze. The other problem with Snooze is that I don't know if you're running Snooze or not, so I mean, I guess we could have rescued there, but... turns out we probably would have made it when we combine our broken windows. Too bad. Okay. Should have known, guys, right? How would I not know? Oh, I should have known. Excitement? Yep. Again. Don't play Enchantress, guys. It's too easy to count for her. We're not gonna... I'm gonna do one more match today. We have time for one more match. I'm not gonna play Enchantress anymore. Like I said, don't play Enchantress. She doesn't have a purpose in the game. Enchantress, again, back when Enchantress was S tier, There was also no trump card back then. If you picked excitement, you were stuck with it the whole game. Ah, the good old days. I remember Enchantress was good. I remember. So what do we think about the buff, Psyche? Don't play Enchantress. That's what I think about the buff. Of course, Psyche's favorite hero is the American guy. The reason it's my favorite is because it's the only one I really watched. It's not really fair to call it my favorite because I didn't watch anything else. Like I said, I was there for Iron Man, but I didn't really watch it as closely. I don't even remember the plot anymore of Iron Man. After that, I didn't watch anything else. But my mom watched all of them leading up to Endgame. Just because of Endgame, I'm guessing. So then she's like, oh, I may as well watch the whole series, right? Because it's like a series that connects to each other. And I think that's really cool. Yeah, I'm just not someone who watches superhero movies. I'm just not someone who really watches movies in general. Yo, we got someone else to take the Enchantress lead. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, homie. I really appreciate it. Should we play Explorer? Explorer time? Oh god, not with that skin though. Here comes Feaster! Bro, I can't wait for Feaster. Here he comes. Here it is. Look at that. OG Explorer, Potato Head Explorer. I missed you, buddy. I missed you, buddy. Where have you been? My Potato Head Explorer. He's back, boys. I'm glad his B tiers are still Potato Head. I love it. What movies does Psyche watch? No, I don't watch movies. Psyche watched all Barbie movies, don't lie. The only Barbie movie that deserves to be watched is the newest one. The one that was really big. Something about like how it's connected to Oppenheimer, I think, or something like that. Or, I don't even know, man. I hear weird stuff about it. That's the only one worth watching is what it sounds like. And I didn't watch that one either. Yeah, none of the B tiers got changed. None of them? Not a single one? I'm guessing the new ones will get changed. I guess any skin after the remodel I'm sure will get changed. But, bro, I love this. I love the OG Explorer. He's funny. OG Explorer is just funny, man. What can I say? Oh, God. Just my luck, guys, right? Just my luck. Just my luck, huh? Nice. But we're still in really big trouble. Dude, seriously? He just throws out a random cat and I get caught by it? That's some BS. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, we still have a jump. Oh, wait, I thought he used his jump. Dude, it looked like he used his jump. Bro, that's my bad. I thought he used his jump. Today's not my day, clearly. Today's not my day. What are you gonna do about it? That really sucks. I cannot express how unlucky that is. She cannot see you inside the book. She can't see in the book. That was just complete guess. Just so annoying. Here's the thing, though. I don't think these teammates realize that by not rescuing, they could just easily, he can easily pressure. This is the problem with not rescuing. You have to rescue at least once. This is what happens when you don't rescue. Oh look, and now he's coming to rescue. After Enchantress takes damage. This is why when I play Rescuer, I rescue one time before half. So that way we give our teammates, not only less pressure on them. Bro, if he doesn't commit to the rescue, he still doesn't come to you still get hit. I don't understand what the point of that was. Bro, I know I didn't do a good Kai, but our teammates have to do some crappy game sense. So what the fuck is that? Did the first officer spawn inside a hospital? Bro. If you played Prisoner, he would have 5-server kited? Yeah, sure. We're not even going to be able to do another match. Okay, let's just do one hunter match. It takes longer than 1 second for a match? Bro, what the hell happened? It's probably because it's rank 10. Dude, what is that? That is such BS. Just randomly threw a cat out and I get caught by it in its path. I'm not gonna play on Stinky because I can't do a whole session. I gotta get my iPad brother back after this. Fafa, and I don't care who it was. That cat was hella lucky. It could have been literally anyone. The only thing that was not unlucky was the second. I thought she used a jump. I don't know why I thought she used a jump. It looked like a jump animation. I can't tell you why. It looked like a jump animation. I should have just used the power right next to me instead of running to do another circle with the window. That's my bad. Now I got buff, maybe we can showcase her. I'm not a big Nide fan. We'll do a stream about it. We're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do Nide when I'm anyway gonna do a Nide stream. What did they change about Nide again? Nide got, again, 35% per water, which helps in the long run. I'll explain more when we actually do it, but it just doesn't make sense right now. Okay, maybe we'll get a free hit here. We do have a cage, another cage up, so this drink is completely pointless. I forgot that window was there. Whoa, I messed up. Ah, I messed up so bad. I forgot the window was there, man. I may as well surrender at this point. We actually hit the wall somehow. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, she's giving it. Seriously? Bro, I swear, if I let her get away a second time. Flywheel? God damn, man. She should have been dead in 2 cages. I just messed up. Free hit. Nice. I'll take it. That was a tear shock too, by the way, because he chose to get out the chest. I'm still getting cages. Dude, if he... That's a terrorist. No, the lucky guy buffed actually saved him right there because he closes the chest faster. Dude, this guy doesn't know, but if you close the chest, that counts as a terror shock, and if you don't close the chest, that does not count as a terror shock. So if you're gonna take a hit, you may as well not choose to get out the chest so you don't risk a terror shock. Bro, what the hell happened there? I'm playing like garbage. Okay, if we chase, we lose. I messed up again. I'm not in the zone today. Problem is they're just gonna do that side. I don't think there's anything I can do. We have to stop that cipher. I'm gonna pretend I'm not going for him. We don't have any more cages. It doesn't really make sense to go for that cipher, because they're just gonna pop this one instead. We're just gonna wait for our cages to come back. We can still win this game, but it's not gonna be easy. I basically have to play perfect at this game. Oh, I made the cage too big. I didn't realize it was 9. I didn't realize I made a 15-meter cage. So much for playing perfect, right? So much for that. I forgot. It was at 15 meters. That was an extra. There's no one there. Or maybe someone was there. I just played so bad. It's the beginning. I just messed up the beginning really bad. And not to mention those multiple hits on the lucky guy that I missed out on. That's completely me. It's not over yet, though. Still not over. But judging off the tinnitus near church, I'm guessing Barmai's gonna get rescued. Or not Barmai, but Prospector. Probably, right? 4.5 as well. Holy crap, I'm messing up so bad today. Yikes. We can still use this cage. That's pretty much. Probably gonna. Otherwise, that was a really bad. Really bad start. Jeez, this should have been a very easy win. 2 hits on the bar, made multiple 3 hits on the lucky guy, missed. Hold up, we can still win here because they're not leaving. Hold up, they might mess up. Again, let's take a. Interesting prospector's not here. He's just at the other. God damn, man. I just messed up really bad. I cannot play. Today's not my day. I know the ranges of the cages so well. I actually messed up so many times. Ugh. Hey, Psyche, what's up, Citru? Okay, actual last game. That was such a stupid game. I just played so bad. So I don't even know why I'm bothering. Like, what is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? Make me feel less bad about those last Survivor games? No, not really. I'm actually frustrated from this last. It's such a waste of 2 hours. Shouldn't even have done an Enchantress stream. Like randoms plus Enchantress, like yeah, we're not gonna be able to save any games. We're not gonna be able to do any good rebounds. We just don't have any good abilities from the start of the game. We basically Enchantress is Jesus Christ. I hate Enchantress. The idea of Enchantress is so bad. Like what hunter's not gonna be able to use their ability well to just hit you while you're susceptible, while you don't have that triple stack. We got the worst lakeside spawn too. Middle and logs and big bow. It was actually a really good move from the embalmer, but he didn't play that pallet right. Nope! And to hold it. Well, at least I'm making the mistake after I cheered him. Gotta look at robot build, I was hoping that maybe we would scare her. This embalmer clearly knows nothing about how the coffin works. Why are you using the coffin before? Man, if I didn't waste that cage right there, we would actually have cage to stop him from using his power. Oh, it's him. Thank God! Thank God she knows nothing. Like, again. Completely lucky. Completely lucky that she messed up right there. She already used her right swing, so she can only swing to the left. We could opt to kill the robot here. That was in range? She was still in range of being able to use that pallet? It looked like she was far away from it. Fair shot. That was crazy. That did not look like she was next to the pallet. That's insane. Oh, we lost Saint Crane now. Dude, that's insane. I don't know how that counted as being in range of her using that pallet, but the Anticorn is nearby because we got Tinnitus way before we reached the Cypher Machine. I just messed up again. Honestly, if this was a top tier survivor match, we probably would be tying this right now. Okay. About a tie wheel at least. Yeah, pretty sure this is gonna be a tie. God damn, I just can't play today. Oh, she actually got off.
Huh?
She actually should have had that rest if she just got off. That was not nice. That was still really sloppy. Yikes. I gotta end it here because I can't be playing on my brother's iPad. I told him I'd be finished after rank. Welcome back. Welcome back to playing the game, but man, I just don't like playing these awful characters. You play stuff like Enchantress. There's not a whole lot I can do most of this game, but it still puts you down. It still puts you down after that many losses. Like basically just a waste of time. And this was such a stupid game to end off as well. So unlucky. So unlucky that he throws the cat out and it just so happened to be in that bush. It just so happened to be along that path. Come on. And then first officer comes to pressure. Should have already came before half. Otherwise Hunter just pressures for free. So bad game sense there. Okay, and then he comes, uses a watch, uses resources. It's gonna get hit anyway if he doesn't rescue, and he doesn't rescue. And I guarantee they lost that match. Did we lose? Yeah, we lost. We lost mega bad. Yo, get this. We actually lost less points than the first officer. That's actually hilarious. He somehow gained less points than I did. How? How? I don't get it. I don't get how. He somehow did worse than me, according to the game. God damn it, why am I being sent essays? It's true, I see my current mentions on it. Let's claim all this stuff and call it a day. Yeah, how did the first officer get less points, man? I have no idea how the first officer got less points. Right, we can't get that because we don't have Twitter on this iPad. Let's see, anything else? This looks like an event. Just get the daily check-in. GP is worse than Purgatory. It's a public Discord server. And I hear a lot of the community is not great. Most used characters in Goemon. My Goemon sucked ass. Oh, this is the yearly review. That's cool. That's cool. Seki, what do you think of the Embalmer skin? I haven't even... Well, I did look at it. Again, I don't really have opinions on skins anymore. I don't really play the game for skins. Don't think about skins that much. So, yeah, when I first started playing the game 7 years ago, they had their appeal, but... You know, just another skin, right? New set of clothes on the same body.
Time to see what the old-fashioned thieves are really like. It's a cool skin. What is it? Is it an A tier? I hope it's an A tier. Otherwise, I'm never getting it. Yeah, it's a good skin. What can I say? It's a good skin. I am not writing that out. The check-ins are reduced? Oh, not that long. It's a 1-minute read. Oh yeah, I gotta check the Vine Peddler thing. Okay, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna, yeah, don't worry, I don't do the stories. I don't do the stories on stream most of the time. They're too long. I do the daily check-ins. Those are short. You can buy with frags the Embalmer skin? Oh, then I'm not gonna buy it. A tier or S tier, I'm not buying it now, because anyone can get it. But it's a cool skin, don't get me wrong. It's cool. I just don't have unlimited fragments to spend on non-limiteds, you know? If I never spend fragments on anything other than just limited skins, I'll always have enough for any limited time stuff. Like, have you played the Jellyfish Marble game? Yeah, I did. I think I did it on stream. Again, it's not my style of game. I see kids in school all the time play it, but it's not my thing. I think it's a little boring. What is there new? There's obviously gonna be new B tier skins, right? Yeah. There's no new B tier skins, hilarious. Oh no, there are. I was looking at C tier. Am I gonna test the Paladin thing? I'm not gonna test it right now. 1,300 inspirations? Yeah, that's a lot. 9,298. Saving up for next Call of Abyss. Suki, did you already see the Yellow Essence was refreshed? No, I haven't. I'll have to reset it then. Yeah, to the boy. Yeah, to the boy. Yeah, to the. Maybe you should select the Thief A tier skin. I'm cool with my B tier Thief skin. I like my B tier Thief skin. I'm keeping it. I know he's Thief, but let's be honest here. I wouldn't wear it anyway. Oh, I got 1 season 38 because I played on Wednesday. Alright. We'll open the ranks series another time. For now, I gotta end the stream. Alright, guys. We'll be back with more streams. I stream every Monday and Thursday from what time? 20 to 22 EST time zone, or from 8 to 10 o'clock EST. 7 to 9 if you're me. But no one knows what Chicago time is. Everyone knows Eastern time in USA.
Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Join my Discord server if you'd like to. And yeah, tune in for more streams just like this every Monday and Thursday from 20 to 22. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining along. I will see you guys later and take care. This has been Psyche. Peace out, everybody.